Hello and welcome to today's edition of Route 664, The Road to Human Kindness. I'm Les Winston. I'm the national spokesperson for socialsecharity.org. And I'm here with my co-host, Wanda. Nice to see you, Wanda.
Good morning, good day, happy Thursday.
Yeah, we're a nonprofit. We are supported by a nonprofit organization, the Endow American Network Foundation, and that organization has several projects. One of them is socialsecharity.org. Another one is the radio station.
Woo.
Yeah, Route 664 Radio.
Great music.
Great talk. Must say so.
I was going to say, my favorite thing to say is less talk.
Yeah,
Ta-da.
Ta-da. So when we talk about a lot of things on the program, we do interviews with philanthropists and folks who are involved in philanthropic planning, a lot of professional philanthropic advisors. We also have a listing of professional philanthropic advisors who you can find a professional philanthropic advisor on socialsecharity.org. And you can also learn more about Social Security, why we call it Social Security, what is Social Security, and what's the importance of it at this particular time in our history. And one of the reasons that we are so keen on using terms that you will become familiar with, like 664, that's a section of the tax code, and also the idea of Social Security. Little hard to say, but it's like Social Security in a sense that it provides income for you when you retire or reaching retirement age. It's a supplemental income form, which can be purchased through your contributions as a philanthropist. So you can be a philanthropist and also benefit by income, and that's something that's pretty unusual. The philanthropy comes in after you're gone. It's a way for you to leave something behind, a legacy. And a lot of people don't really think about those values when they do their planning. We hope that you will, that you'll think about what your purpose on the planet has been. You can't take it with you when you go. There's all sorts of cliches about why you should be doing something more kind with money. It's not just a vehicle to buy things. It's also a way to expand your kindness into the community. And we are about human kindness. We want you to become kind to others, and in doing so, you can benefit yourself and your family. And that's by using these social security tools that are given to us by the Internal Revenue Service. Most people don't know about them. And it's a very famous saying by one of the most esteemed appellate court justices, the Honorable Learned Hand. He said there are two tax codes in the country, one for the informed and one for the uninformed. And if you're an uninformed taxpayer, you're still a philanthropist. You're just an involuntary philanthropist. And we'd like to make you a voluntary philanthropist and understand how you can use your wealth and how you can salvage a lot of your wealth from taxes while also doing something good for the community. So that's a little bit of my intro this morning. And we're going to be talking with a very special guest, someone that I've known for many, many years. He has his own radio show. Is Jay going to be joining us with us?
I do hope so.
Okay. Yeah. So while we're waiting for Jay Foster, let me just go back to the little bit of the conversation we're having, and it is a two-way conversation. We absolutely want to hear from you. We want to know if you have questions about what we've created, the Social Security idea. We want to know if you have any questions about Route 664 or the section of the tax code, and we want to know how we can help you. We also want to direct you to the website so that you can get the 5 Wishes booklet. This is a very important document that we offer free on our website. You can get it from Aging with Dignity, and you get the link on our website to Aging with Dignity in order to get the 5 Wishes booklet. This is a way for you to create your own living will and your own surrogate health statement. Those are 2 very important things that you need to have done in order for you to be sure that if something were to happen to you where you're unable to take care of yourself and make decisions for yourself, that you've appointed someone that can do that for you, that you want to do that for you, and also someone that can they'll deal with what your desires are in the event that something were to seriously happen to you and how you want to be cared for. It's an area that when you read the booklet, you'll understand more about it. It's free to create the living will and the surrogate health statement. You don't need to have an attorney involved. You can have it properly, if it's properly witnessed in the state of Florida, it's a valid document, actually in most states. And you can name your own surrogate health person. You can change it from time to time, but you should always have a copy of this available. And that when you, if God forbid you have to go to the hospital, you can bring that with you, and it's a much better living will than they give you as a form in the hospital. So we're all about serving you. We want to make sure that you have what you need to be prosperous and also to be able to be kind, to follow this route to human kindness. So now we've got Jay Foster with us, and I'm sorry for the delay to getting to you, Jay. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Jay. And Jay, you're a biochemist by trade.
Nutritional biochemist, yes, sir.
So a what?
Nutritional biochemist.
Nutritional biochemist. So what is a nutritional biochemist?
Well, what I do is analyze for vitamin and mineral imbalances and toxic metals, and then make recommendations for what a person needs to do for diet and vitamins and minerals. And we've had great success.
Great sex. Okay.
Great.
Now you're talking.
Now everybody's tuning in. Great success with a variety of different conditions.
Okay. So the body chemistry obviously is very important for the immune system and so on. Well, it's also important with regard to the aging process, obviously. Yes. And so how do you work with someone who comes to you for your services?
Well, we do tests on everybody before I see them. We do biochemical tests, we do blood chemistry, mineral analysis of the hair, toxic metals. We ask about their diet and symptoms, and then I make recommendations based upon the test results for the last 44 years.
Okay, and those recommendations, what do they actually involve? Is it
in some cases, in some cases it's avoid something. In some cases, people aren't having enough fat, for instance, and we recommend more fatty proteins in the diet. And then we look for the mineral imbalances, like you may be low in copper or zinc or selenium, and then we'd recommend those. And if you have toxic metals like mercury and aluminum, then we would recommend things to remove that. And in children and adults, we've had very good success.
Why are those things important to remove? What's the impact of? Well, I mean, if you test somebody's hair and you find out they have a lot of mercury, they're like a thermometer, or whatever.
Right. Well, mercury in our age group often came from mercury exposure as a child, including mercurochrome. That's one of the best way to get mercury poisoning. And parents put the mercurochrome on cuts and scrapes and bruises and things like that, and it absorbs very well. And you don't get rid of it unless you get rid of it. And we can get rid of it even if it's from childhood mercury exposure. I mean, there was a fad for a while that teenage girls would mix mineral oil and mercurochrome before copper tone ever came out, and shake it up and then slather it all over their bodies for like a color suntan lotion, and then bake in the sun. And it was, those people have very, very high mercury levels, and it's probably affecting them with anxiety and nervous system problems. And
that's what I wanted to get to. In other words, sometimes we have something going on in our body, we're not sure what it is.
Right.
And can that be from toxic heavy metals?
Sure.
And how does it manifest itself? The ways you were just talking about?
Well, yeah, anxiety, problems with stress,
diet.
Well, diet plays a whole separate role.
Okay.
The toxic metals themselves could cause a lot of different problems. And then we get into aluminum, and that can cause problems also, including memory loss and neuromuscular problems, ALS, and many different conditions that most physicians are not trained to recognize from this standpoint.
So they would start treating it with manufactured drugs, and
Right.
and then what happens after that?
Well, the side effects of most medications are extreme. I mean, if you watch TV and I always tell people to watch it, but then replay it without the pictures of the puppies dancing and everybody's happy, and see what they say. And they say that death is one of the side effects.
Yeah, I know.
Of the medications, and
or suicidal thoughts.
Right.
It's like, okay.
Right. And the SSRI drugs have suicidal thoughts and actions, unfortunately, and homicidal actions, because they really mess up the neurotransmitters. And I've been studying neurotransmitters for 44 years, and we can fix them usually with natural amino acids, because almost every neurotransmitter in the brain comes from protein in the diet. So if you have a low protein diet, you don't get the neurotransmitters.
So what is the function of the neurotransmitter?
Well, let's just say for depression, where they're giving an SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, like Prozac or that whole class.
Slow down for a second. Can you say that again? What is it called? It's an SSRI,
right? Which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It means that it keeps more serotonin in the synapse in the brain, but it's not due to a Prozac deficiency. It may be due to a tryptophan. I know you laugh, but that's
yeah, they're saying you don't have enough Prozac in your system. That's why it's not working.
Right.
Okay.
So, but we can, for, again, 44 years, I've been using tryptophan as a natural way to boost. That's how the brain makes serotonin. And by giving that, if that's really what's low, then the people begin to feel better.
What is tryptophan in? Where do you find tryptophan?
Almost any health food store.
And it's a supplement?
Yes.
Is it naturally occurring in any form?
100%. It's a natural amino acid, and your brain takes that from dietary protein, converts it eventually into serotonin, and it builds the serotonin in the brain naturally without side effects. Unfortunately, the medications that are SSRI inhibitors are wrought with side effects, bad ones.
So one of the things that everybody is always concerned about is how safe is the supplement. They assume that because medications are approved by the FDA and they go through all sorts of testing and everything, and they're pure and this and that. And then when you talk about supplements, the doctors always say, well, you never know where they came from or what they're made out of. What is the answer to that?
First of all, the doctors are not trained in the type of supplementation that I recommend, and I've been doing this for many, many years, and they don't have any training in it. And if you had to ask a doctor why Prozac works and what's a natural alternative, they wouldn't know. And even with a statin drug for cholesterol, they have no clue what that drug does, And
what does it do? What does that?
Well,
what
it inhibits an enzyme. Sorry to say the enzyme, but it's HMG coenzyme A reductase, and every doctor should know that enzyme, because not only does it make cholesterol, which when you inhibit that enzyme, the cholesterol levels come down, but that enzyme also makes coenzyme Q10.
Okay.
And when you have a CoQ10 deficiency, that's where 90% of the side effects of statin drugs come from, whether it's muscle pain, muscle weakness, congestive heart failure, memory loss, a number of them. So we have found ways to naturally control cholesterol. It's not eggs and butter that cause cholesterol. sugar and cow's milk protein called casein are the ones that actually raise cholesterol. And by eliminating those and giving a natural inhibitor of that enzyme, then the cholesterol levels come down. We don't have any trouble with cholesterol levels.
Cholesterol is a vital ingredient in the body.
Yeah.
And without having it, you wouldn't live.
No, all the steroid hormones come from cholesterol, including vitamin D and all the sex hormones and the stress hormones all come from cholesterol. And 80% of the dry weight of the brain is cholesterol. So you can't have although unfortunately some cardiologists think in their mind that, if you have zero cholesterol, you'll live forever, but that's not so.
So, obviously there's been a tremendous amount of that being prescribed in the country today. In fact, I remember one of my card playing doctor buddies said that he thought it'll end up in the water someday. They'll put it in the chloride.
Yeah, a lot of them said it should be in the water system, but it shouldn't.
Yeah,
it really shouldn't.
So this program is Route 664, the Road to Human Kindness, and so I'm going to work this interview into that position because I want to make sure that it's relevant to what we're talking about. So the Road to Human Kindness is also based on feeling good, feeling healthy. So if people are able to, find out what their body chemistry is all about, and they're depressed and they have other issues that may affect their longevity, you can help them live longer and be happier, right?
In most cases, yes. I can't guarantee everything, but in most cases, yes. We do a symptom questionnaire when they first come in, and then we ask them to rate their symptoms again on a 0 to 10 scale afterwards, after a month, and do a blood chemistry after a month. And most people feel better. I wouldn't be in business for 44 years if it didn't,
So do you have a philanthropy prescription?
Philanthropy?
Do it.
To make somebody want to give.
All I want is...
Can we work on that?
Is there a happy heart girl?
Yes. I'd like to find a rich person who I can help and feel better. And then they would donate not only to me, but to other causes like this across the country.
Are you a nonprofit organization, or do you have?
Far.
Pardon?
So far, no, I'm not a nonprofit.
You're not a nonprofit, so you're an active businessman, and this is your profession, obviously, as a biochemist.
Right.
So also, I think you're part of our radio station, right?
Yes.
Your shows are broadcast on our radio station. What time and what day of the week are they broadcast?
Mondays at 9.
Mondays at 9.
At 6 p.m. Get you going to work and on the way home.
Okay, so Mondays, if you're listening out there and you want to listen to Jay Foster about biochemistry, the body's chemistry, how you can do things better, find out about what you're made up of.
Also, it's Alzheimer's and Brain Month, National Rings. So,
okay.
Let's talk about that on that a little bit.
Right. Yeah. And I'm going to do the next show will be on Alzheimer's and brain function. But I can tell you that, drops in blood sugar, if you eat something sweet or don't eat, your blood sugar drops down, your brain blood sugar drops down, and you can't think straight. And memory loss has been linked, and this is back from 2003 at a study by NYU and published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. So we know that blood sugar drops can really affect memory. And also, as far as prevention goes, and there's many different things that we should do, but the antioxidants, vitamin E and vitamin C, have been shown to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's from a prevention standpoint. And this was written not in a fly-by-night health food store journal. This was the Archives of Neurology in 2004. And it said use of vitamin E and vitamin C in combination associated with reduced prevalence and incidence of Alzheimer's disease. But most doctors even neurologists, even Alzheimer's specialists don't get this information.
Wow.
They were there for them if they wanted to, but they kind of, because there's no money for it.
Is that the reason?
Yeah.
Is that the ultimate driving factor?
Yeah, it absolutely is a reason. Unfortunately, the vitamins don't make money. Like, for instance, the new drug that just came out for Alzheimer's, which I think is, I agree with one of the doctors that said it's, it just hasn't stood the test of time at all.
Mm-hmm.
But we know what causes the plaques are is an oxidation reaction in the brain. The neurotransmitters oxidize, and if you take enough vitamin E and vitamin C and beta carotene and selenium and other antioxidants, it prevents that oxidation.
So I remember I've been to the Hippocrates Institute up in West Palm Beach, which is they use wheatgrass, but their theory is homeostasis. The definition of homeostasis, what is that?
Well, I don't know how they define it, but it's in balance. It brings everything into balance. It's homeostasis. But unfortunately, most Alzheimer's and Parkinson's individuals need high fat, high protein, very low carbohydrate, from what our studies show. And they need the fat. Even David Perlmutter, who's a neurologist in Naples, I think he's retired now, said the same thing. The brain loves fat. You can't go on a low-fat diet and expect to prevent or clear up Alzheimer's.
Okay, so but the body has a natural desire to live, to be healthy, to repair itself.
Right.
So giving it everything that it needs to be able to do that, as opposed to restricting what it needs to do that, would seem to be a heck of a lot better way of dealing with it.
Right.
And is that what you're basically saying? Is that if we give the body what it needs and get out of the way, the body can heal itself, and sometimes the chemistry that's done by drug firms is interfering with that.
Yeah, big time, because their whole motivation is profit.
Yeah.
Okay. Off the backs of people that are sick, unfortunately. Yeah.
Jay,
I know you've been doing this a long time, because I've listened to your program, and I know that your references are always, very important references that are professional, highest class of professional references. And I know that you do a lot of reading in that regard. You have to, because I don't know if these come out of you automatically, or you got them up there somewhere. But it's good to know what the source of the information is, and that this is not some sort of voodoo medicine. This is real stuff.
It's not just Dr. Google.
Right,
it's
exactly.
Chemistry. Didn't like it in school, but I love it now.
Yeah, the body chemistry is really important. So, if somebody wants to take part in how you work with them, what would they do?
The best number to call is 1-800-CHEMIST.
Okay.
1-800-243-6478. And on the web, it's 1-800-chemist.com.
Okay, and that's a way for you to live longer, live healthier, be happier, and be more charitable, and be philanthropic.
You got to be around to have a charitable contribution.
Yeah, we want you to be around, and to also get the income from the charitable contribution under the Social Charity program. And that, as longer you live, the better off you are. The charity will wait. That's all. Not a problem. We hope people live a long time and can benefit everybody else by their human kindness. And thank you, Jay Foster, for joining us today on Route 664. Wanda, you got any closing questions?
Yeah, we'll hear you on the radio Mondays, 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Join us.
Very good.
And thank you, Wanda.
Thanks, Jay.
Route664.org. And thank you for joining us on Route 664. We are the path to human kindness. We hope that you'll take part in social charity planning and do something good for yourself, your family, and the community.
Joe Gabbers is with us.
Oh, good. I'm
Do you
sorry.
want to check in with the chamber?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
I
then.
saw Joe earlier today. He was at the breakfast meeting
He's
up
suit
in
and tied up.
Aventura. Yeah, good. Hey,
Suit
how are you,
and
Joe?
tied up.
I'm doing great, Les. Good to see you. Good to see
So-
you, Wanda. And hey, listen, I've been listening to the program, and I happen to agree. Hey, medicine is more about the business, unfortunately, than the patient. And we just had a great meeting today at our Chamber of Commerce meeting over at Moe's Deli, and I got to tell you, Les, it was superb. Wanda, I wish you were there.
You look pretty chilled.
Yeah.
He's been up since 4 o'clock
You look
this
like
morning.
you're really relaxed. That was a nice, energetic breakfast you guys filled up on. What do you fill up on at Moe's?
Bagels. That's the problem.
Lots
And-
of bagels.
yeah, we don't tell Jay Foster about that, but yeah, they're not under the prescription. So
No, we all got to watch our carbs.
yeah. So who was the speaker today?
Oh, the speakers today was MedSmart. And
Uh-huh.
MedSmart, hey, listen, a big shout out. We met with Jerry Miller, all right? And we also met with Kevin Fillion. And hey, a big shout out to Bruce, all right?
Yo,
Bruce is
Bruce.
working with me and also with Maria Sanchez. Maria Sanchez is from the Department of Labor, CareSource.
Right,
That's the one that I told you about last week.
right.
And I just spoke to one of our affiliates, and we're very, very happy to say that we're going to be working with MedSmart in placing 8 nurses because
Great.
another one of our affiliates, all right, who has a training academy specifically for RNs, LPNs, and CNAs.
Uh-huh.
They have 8 nurses right now ready to go into practicum. So after we're finished with placing them into a hospital setting, because that's the rules, you have to be exposed to all the disciplines, ER, obstetrics, etc.
Right.
After that, they're going to have their nursing licenses, and geez, MedSmart is happy.
Great. So you put together members of the chamber. This is what the chambers of commerce are all about. They're about networking, getting to work with other businesses in your community, getting to know who the people are behind the businesses. That's really important. So I know that we're involved in a campaign right now, a membership campaign. What does it cost to join the Chamber of Commerce in Aventura, Sunny Isles Beach?
Well, it's on a sliding scale, and it depends upon the status of what business that you're in, how many employees that you have, and it's always open to good citizens. The beautiful thing about the chamber is that you do not have to own a business. All right. You can either be working for somebody, looking for a job, or just coming down here, enjoying the retirement. And everybody knows if you want to retire, Southeast Florida, come to Aventura, come to Sunny Isles. And
That's
hey,
it.
yeah,
It's a good time.
Joe, that's it. All right. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for joining us today on Route 664. And good
excellent.
luck
And
with it.
listen, we're going to be having a job fair. Maria Sanchez and us. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be promoting it. We're looking for a venue. All right. So we're looking at a couple of hotels, a couple of places.
All right. Well, you'll let us know in future shows when we're going to have that job fair, and we'll talk about it in depth. Hopefully we'll get more people there. So
Beautiful.
Thanks for
Thank you.
joining us today on
Have a
Route
happy day.
664. Have a great day.
Excellent. Thank you. Hey, we'll talk to you soon. Bye
Take
for
care.
now.
Bye-bye. All right. Wanda, anything
Hey.
else to clean up?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you
And
for joining us.
Thanks for listening to the radio station if you're hearing this right now.
Yes, absolutely. Route 664, the road to human kindness. Tune in daily. Listen every hour. At the top of the hour, there is an interview, and then there's great music to follow. And there'll be other features coming on from time to time, so stay tuned.
And find us on Facebook if you have any requests or suggestions. I'm open.
Very good.
All right.
Take care. Have a great week.